Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shed Show Talk. It has been over 2 years since I last connected with you. So much has happened within the UFO world, within the alien world, paranormal world. So much has happened. So much to talk to you guys about. I've missed all of your comments. I can't wait to reconnect with a whole group of you. We're going to be making videos every week now, bringing us up to date with the latest information on what's going on. And nothing more serious, of course, than the war that's happening in Ukraine and the effect that that could have upon all of our lives. But before I get to that, I want to tell you that we will be making our videos every week looking for support for one of our local rescues here where I live in Alberta who need help. It's such a bad time right now. After the pandemic, everybody got dogs, and now nobody's adopting dogs. The rescues are in need of help, and that's what we're going to do here with your help. There'll be more information at the end of this video with regards to that. Back to it. I want to talk to you about the potential nuclear threat, and I know some of you are going to say that I have pronounced that wrong, but in my tongue, the potential nuclear threat and what is served upon us here in the world right now. I want to talk to you about the chance that these missiles will strike our homes, and it's something that is absolutely unthinkable that this could happen, that these missiles could throw us back to the Stone Age. I want to talk about this Satan missile. NATO calls it Satan II missile, and what it could potentially do to humanity if this thing was launched and hit the ground. So if this thing hit London right here, the area of devastation that this one missile that the Russians possess would be absolutely catastrophic. In fact, the Satan missile that Russia has could deliver warheads of over 40 megatons. That's 2,000 times as powerful as the atom bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. Vladimir Putin is reportedly getting his nuclear missiles ready. They're on alert. It's frightening just to even think that the world could be tumbling into nuclear Armageddon. But before we get there, I want to tell you that I don't think that this could ever happen. There are too many instances where UFOs, aliens, whoever it is, has interfered with our nuclear capabilities. Watch this.
Between 11 and 14,000 miles per hour when a saucer-shaped craft entered the frame.
It flew into the frame like this, and it shot a beam of light at the warhead. Now, remember, all this stuff is flying at several thousand miles an hour. So this thing fires a beam of light at the warhead, hits it, fires another beam of light, and then flies out the way it came in. And the warhead tumbles out of space. Now, when the lights came on, Major Mansman turned around and looked at me and said, "Were you guys screwing around up there?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "It looks to me like we got a UFO."
It looks to me like we got a UFO. What else would shoot down an Atlas rocket with a dummy warhead on it? That guy there, First Lieutenant Robert Jacobs, Dr. Robert Jacobs. He talks about his senior officer there, who later on collaborated the information that Robert Jacobs came out with when he disclosed what happened in 1964. He was in charge of a 100-man unit. Jacobs had been dispatched to the Big Sur in California to photograph with high-speed instrumentation the Atlas D missile launch from Vandenberg Air Force. These are stories that are repeated time and time again through our history, whether it be UFOs completely shutting down scores of nuclear missiles, Minuteman missiles, or in other countries around the world where reports of them doing exactly the same thing. I want to let you listen to a more recent recording of our friends in the sky.
National security perspective, that there does seem to be some sort of congruency or some sort of intersection between these UAP or UFO sightings and our nuclear technology, whether it's nuclear propulsion, nuclear power and generation, or nuclear weapon systems. Furthermore, those same observations have been seen overseas in other countries. They too have had the same incidents. So that tells us this is a global issue. Now, in this country, we've had incidents where these UAPs have interfered and actually brought offline our nuclear capabilities. And I think to some they would probably say, well, that's a sign that whatever this is something that is peaceful. But in the same context, we also have data suggesting that in other countries, these things have interfered with their nuclear technology and actually turned them on, put them online. So that is equally, for me, just as concerning. I think that there is certainly at this point enough data to demonstrate there is an interest in our nuclear technology, a potential to even interfere with that nuclear technology. And when you look at all these naval ships out there, let's take the Nimitz battle carrier fleet, for example. In some cases, you're talking about a nuclear footprint probably bigger than most cities. You have a nuclear powered carrier with aircraft on board and then you have nuclear powered destroyers. You have nuclear powered submarines, some of those with nuclear weapons on board or certainly nuclear capabilities. I'll just say that. So yeah, it shouldn't be a surprise that maybe there is an increased interest in our capabilities as it relates to our nuclear technology.
That guy there, Luis Elizondo, he's become notorious in the UFO community. He's a former US Army counterintelligence special agent, and he is a former employee of the Office of Under Secretary of Defense for Intelligence. There he was talking about the UFOs that have been interrupting, disarming, and really interesting information there, arming our nuclear capabilities. What I'm going to tell you guys is if Putin decides to launch one of these missiles at the civilized world, I believe that our friends, with the information that we now have on their interest of our capabilities to destroy ourselves, will stop the attack on humanity. I'm really interested to know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know. Do you think these missiles can be launched? Do you think they will be intercepted by the UFOs like they've done many times in history and just shut them down? Why else would you shut them down? It makes no sense that they would shut these missiles down and in the moment when we decide that we're going to destroy ourselves, them just let it happen. Well, guys, it's been a blast, and let me tell you, it's a learning curve remembering how to record these videos. But let's not forget, the reason why we're here is to help, and we have a shelter that is struggling, that helps dogs that other shelters won't help. This guy here, I went to see him today. His name is Bullet. And the reason why his name is Bullet is because he was shot in the back legs twice. This rescue saved him. Without them, there would be no Bullet. I'm going to show you a quick video of my visit with Bullet today with this sweet, sweet dog that was rescued.
Hi, Bullet. Hi, Bullet. Can I see that face? Look at that face. Look at that face. Hey? Hey? 2 bullets in your back? Hey? That's it. That's where you got your name. Beautiful. And who's this?
This Helix.
Helix.
From the Forget-Me-Nots.
Awesome.
I'm going to give you information down below on how to donate to this amazing cause, this phenomenal shelter that goes and saves dogs in conditions that other people would dare not venture. Let's support this rescue. Let's rescue the rescue. Donate to them. There's going to be a link to them in the description below. Shed Show Talkers, let's show how generous we are, and let's donate to this amazing non-profit rescuing these dogs. It's so important that their work continues. Stay safe and keep your eyes to the sky.